Hey everyone, I need your attention for 1 minute. This is not one of those ads. This is something that has changed my entire life. If you've been listening to this podcast, you know that this is all about personal development as the foundation for everything good in your life. And this podcast is now sponsored by Growth Day, which is the world's first all-in-one personal development app. I mean, oh my gosh, can you imagine having everything all in one place that you need to create the life that you want? Now you can. So if you've been struggling with your motivation, your mood, your productivity, or your purpose, you have to check this out. Growth Day helps you consciously change your life and achieve your potential. It has all the self-improvement tools, motivational classes, and life coaching all in one place. So many of us want to improve our lives, but the question is how? Where do we start? What do we use? How do you get unstuck? How do you make self-improvement stick? Well, research shows how. It's when you consistently journal, track your habits, set goals, learn from empowering mentors, and challenge yourself that you'll be happier, healthier, and more successful. But let me ask you something. Where do you actually do all of your personal development work? I have to tell you that over 300,000 people use Growth Day for a reason. It works. It's the world's #1 software for self-improvement. Growth Day has an amazing mindset journal that I absolutely love, a habit tracker, and a goal-setting system. In fact, I bet if you went to my stories this week, you probably saw me using the journaling app and telling you to do it too, because it's the first time that journaling has ever actually stuck consistently in my life because of this app. And best of all, Growth Day has live inspirational classes every single week from the world's top motivational speakers and life coaches. These are people who have impacted my life in huge ways. These are mentors who I already knew and loved. In fact, this is something that's so huge for me, you guys. I personally teach a class in Growth Day every single month, and it is one of the most fun things that I get to do, and I'd love to see you there. These classes will truly shift your life. There's always something new that you will learn. So join me and 300,000 achievers growing our lives with actual real intention. Visit growthday.com/Lori for a free trial. Yes, you can try this for free. So go to growthday.com/Lori and go live your best life. You guys, that's growthday.com/Lori. And I can't wait to see you there.
It is about creating your own accountability to show the F up. Do you think there are days that I don't want to be in the front row at SoulCycle? Yeah, a lot of them. Because the front row means that I have to show up for everyone else. Welcome to the Earn Your Happy podcast. I'm Lori Harder, founder of The Bliss Project, 3-time fitness world champion, fitness expert, and cover model turned self-love junkie, lifestyle entrepreneur, and author. Each week, I'll bring you a guest or a thought that will help you bust through your fears, connect to your soul, and get focused and clear so you can elevate your life, business, and relationships. We don't wait until we're ready for someone to tell us we're good enough. We take what we want and we anoint ourselves. Get ready to earn, own, and unapologetically rock your happiness every single day. Are you with me? Here we go. Welcome back to the Earn Your Happy podcast. And it's time for another quickie because there's always time to fit in inspiration. And if you have not seen that Chris and I, if you don't know who Chris is, it's my husband. If this is your first time listening, that Chris and I have released our Fast Foundations Mastermind. I could not be more excited for this. This is something that we've been wanting to do for a really long time. So we are actually smack dab in the middle of his elite mastermind right now. So 40 epic entrepreneurs from all around the world have gathered to elevate and accelerate their business. And we've always wanted a place for the people who are just starting out in their business, who really feel like they're just not sure who to talk to, where to go, what the resources are. And we want to be able to accelerate where you're at. We want to be able to share with you all of the mistakes that we've made and teach you the lessons that will help you skip over those. Of course, you're going to make your own mistakes, but we would like to take the big ones out of the way and get you to where you want to go faster. I know that in my business, if I would have had somebody to help me out, to hold my hand, to tell me who's good, to tell me who's not, that I would truly have taken about 2 to 3 years off of the beginning of my business. And that is our goal, is to truly help you get the launching pad for what you want to do. Get the ideas, connect you to the people, connect you to the tribe, because I also know that it can be a really lonely place in the beginning when you're transitioning from maybe your business or from corporate or from a job or just from another business, and you're wanting to go in a different direction. So we want to connect you to the people and the resources. So go to fastfoundations.com and find out what this is all about. We're going to be meeting in person. We're going to be having the most incredible speakers come in. You'll be having that touch point in between the different events. But for me, it is all about those live events. It's all about the people that you're going to get to meet. And it's all about being able to show up as the person, as your future self, right? It's really all about your higher self getting called forward faster. So go to fastfoundations.com and we absolutely cannot wait to see you there. And today's quickie. Oh man, I've been thinking about this one a lot, you guys, because I look at my life and I am really looking at the things that have called me forward, and kind of what we talked about, or kind of what I was just saying about the mastermind is I've had to force things into my life and into my schedule in order to meet my next level self or meet my higher self. Because I was just talking to a friend downstairs that's staying with us this weekend for the mastermind, and I was talking about how my natural way is like such an introvert. Like if it were up to me, I'd be alone all the time, but then I'm not happy. Like then I'm like, okay, yeah, I think I want to be alone and I think that feels good and I think that feels easier. And then all of a sudden I'm the most miserable, lonely person ever. So I have to schedule things in not only for myself and my soul to support my connection, but I also have to schedule things in to call my higher self out, because I probably wouldn't be doing the things that really do it. And I'm really good at tricking myself into thinking that I'm doing those things, because I am now at this point in my life, I've learned to be more of a self-starter and more motivated. But we're talking about next level here. We're talking about becoming the person that you're on your deathbed, you are proud. Like you just feel like you have done all of the things that you could do. You've served in the level that you wanted to serve. You've impacted lives. You've left a legacy. We're talking about that. So if that's your interest, that's what I'm going to talk about here. If that's not, and you are good with where you're at, hallelujah, amen. I'm trying to get there. So for those people who just want to be called out on the carpet, this is for you. And this is all about the front row mentality. What do I mean by front row mentality? Well, I've been at SoulCycle a lot lately. So if you guys don't know, we SoulCycle for like the past 5 years. And it was probably month 3 that I had really thought about the front row, like literally. So when you go to SoulCycle, let me backtrack a little bit for you who don't SoulCycle or have one in your city. SoulCycle is like a cycle for your soul. And it's basically like motivation, personal development from the podium. So they're kind of speaking this into you while you are pushing yourself and doing all sorts of really cool stuff on the bike while you're going to the beat of the music. So everybody is doing the same thing on the same pedal stroke to the beat of the music. So it really feels like you are in a pack. Like you look in the mirror and you're seeing yourself move from right to left or do all these cool push-up moves all at the same time. There's something really magical about being in sync with everyone. For anyone who's ever been a dancer or anyone who's ever done something like this in a workout class, when you guys are all in sync, it actually is a crazy, amazing feeling. So with that said, there's a lot of coordination involved. And my first time I went, I was like all over the place. I felt crazy. I felt like I was never going to get this because there was a lot of just coordination that was involved and learning things and being able to like learn the beats and be able to do their choreography on a dime, right? Like literally they shout it out and you need to do the choreography. So there was no way in hell I was going to go in the front row and be in the mirror in front of this class and make a fool of myself, right? And it wasn't necessarily like I was afraid to be a complete fool. It was like I didn't want to throw everyone off in the front row because it's like a thing. Like I was like, this is like a thing. And a part of me was like, okay, you've done this quite a few times now. I took the class and I was in second or third row or whatever, so you can kind of blend in because it's dark in there. And there was a part of me that started saying, okay, you have come to a place in your life where you are front row, like you sign up front row for everything else. Like you just have to sign up front row before you believe you're a front row person, right? Like if I go to a personal development event, I really want to try to get the closest to the front that I can. And in order for me to do that, I have to believe that I deserve that. And I have to believe that I am the type of person that belongs in the front row, that is going to show up in the front row. And it's not just about the belief that you belong in the front row. Here's what the front row mindset and mentality is all about. It is about creating your own accountability to show the F up. Do you think there are days that I don't want to be in the front row at SoulCycle? Yeah, a lot of them, because the front row means that I have to show up for everyone else. And by showing up for everyone else and leading the pack in that way, if you don't get it, you got to go to SoulCycle. If I sound like a psycho right now, it's a thing, you guys. Like you'll throw off the whole class if you are like all over the place. So by showing up in the front row, I show up for myself. I want you to really understand this, because when I see people who don't make change or are upset about where they're at and they're not making change, it's because they're not putting themselves in the position where they just have to show up. Like I was just in class the other day, and was this last week? Oh my God, was this just a couple days ago? And I'm in the front row and I was tired and I wasn't feeling it and I didn't want to be there. And my mindset had just been in a crap place. I was feeling like I couldn't, like my thoughts were so low level, I could not get them up. I felt sad. I felt depressed. I felt anxious. I felt like the world was crumbling in on me. I felt like the world was a bad place. I felt like the world was full of bullies. Like it was a really bad place, you guys. I was not in a good place, like depressed, wanted to cry, super down. And I get on the bike and I'm like, why the F did I put myself in the front row today? And I was like, because you want the accountability to show up. And I'm so freaking glad that I am the person who books that bike, because it's like, by showing up for other people, like getting outside of myself. I was like, okay, Lori, like if anything, just put so much in that you're showing up for other people. And by getting outside of myself and outside of my own brain and saying, who else feels this way in this class today? Probably 50%, right? Because it's a thing. It is a real thing, you guys. We're all struggling with our mindset. This is a tough world to live in, but you got to make sure that you give yourself the accountability to pull yourself out of the gutter. Like, so that's what I did. I gave myself the accountability that said, if I can't show up for myself today, can I show up for other people? And do I feel this way all the time? Hell no. But what happened is it pulled me out, because I was like, you know what? I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to not show up for these people and bring them into my low level world right now. Like I am just going to feel what it would feel like to have to be accountable for these people and show up for them. And it made me push a little bit harder. And it made me say, you know what? I'm doing this for the person next to me, and I'm doing this for the person behind me, because maybe they had a bad day too. And I'm going to exude so much damn energy that's going to come from I don't even know where, so that I can help pull them out of wherever they're at. And you know what ended up happening? I felt so freaking good that I literally brought all of that energy to myself. And by working for other people and showing up for them, it in turn gave it back to me. So if you're in the position where you're just like, I'm going to go hide again. Yeah, I'm going to go to that event, but I'm sitting in the back row. Like, believe that you are a freaking front row person and you deserve it. And even when you don't want to be there, that front row is going to pull you forward, right? You're going to have to create that accountability. And I'll tell you that when I finally started showing up for my life is when I created so much accountability by needing to show up for other people, meaning setting appointments to go work work out and like being the person who keeps those appointments for another person by having a mastermind that I need to show up for other people on the days I didn't want to show up for myself made me show up and give me what I needed. Make this accountability in your life. I talk about this all the time in my workout programs that I do. I have a monthly workout membership program, and I say this in every filming. I'm like, you guys, after your workout, go into the Facebook group and let them know how you felt, that you did the workout, any thought that was going through your mind throughout it. And be accountable in that group, because by you starting to be accountable, other people will start to want to show up because you did. And in turn, what will happen when other people start counting on you and your post and saying that you worked out and how you felt and counting on your inspiration, you then have to be accountable to them. And when you want to quit, you say, oh my God, this person is counting on me. That's how life works, you guys. That is how you start being accountable in your life. It was when I had a gym. It was when I started teaching people that I had to show up and be the teacher, and I had to show up and share motivation, and I had to show up and give them energy. In turn, it gave me energy. But before I was not accountable to that, I was like, who the hell do I have to show up for? Nobody. Create the accountability in your life so that you keep showing up. It's not easy, but it's the thing that will keep you going. It's the thing that will pull you out of the darkness. It's the thing that will get you to the next level. And there's going to be so many times that you don't want to show up. This life is about continuing to move forward, one foot in front of the other. And this doesn't mean I'm not talking about giving yourself grace or letting yourself book the third row once in a while when you really need it. Let's put it in context, though, in the context of your whole life. You need to believe that you are a front row person, and you need to not think, and you need to book it, and you need to put yourself there, meaning everywhere in your life. Believe that you're worthy of the best table. Ask for it. If you don't like where you're sitting, politely say, is there anything better? Like, upgrade your freaking life. It's there for you. People want to give it to you. People are happy to give it to you, but you have to ask it. You have to demand it in a loving way. And all of a sudden, everything will rise up. I'm not going to settle. Settling is literally a choice. It's a choice. All you have to do is ask. All you have to do is book it. All you have to do is just believe it and ask yourself, what's a front row mentality that I'm not using? And then just start using it. And you don't even have to feel like you're there yet, but you will rise to that occasion. So you guys, I'm sending you so much love today. I'm so grateful for you. Like, you don't even understand how grateful I am, for real. This podcast is giving me life right now because I know that we're so much the same. We're so the same, and we're all in this together. And you guys fuel me more than I could possibly tell you. So grateful for you. And you guys, if you are in the beginning phases of your business, I would love to work with you. I would love to see you at those 2 weekends this year where Chris and I really just get to dive deep into your business and get to know you and be able to hold each other accountable. And that's at fastfoundations.com. And it's filling fast, you guys. So I would love if you go and book your front row spot there. Well, I don't have rows, but you can just book your spot. Well, basically it's like the whole thing is like a front row room. So I love you. And I'm just like beyond thrilled to be able to have an audience to speak to every single week. So thank you. And I'm telling you, that was from just consistency. Because when I first started this, you guys, I think I was talking to 2 people. So start, even if it's just 2 people, it's going to multiply. Have the best day. And until next time, earn your happy. Bye, everyone. Thank you guys so much for spending this time with me on the Earn Your Happy podcast. I am so glad that you stopped by. If you could take 1 second to share this episode with someone you think would love it, that would be absolutely amazing, and we would be forever grateful. Also, please leave us a review if you feel so moved by going to iTunes and leaving us an honest thought, an honest comment. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you want to hear more of. It would really help us out on our journey to helping thousands and thousands of people. Until then, don't forget to earn your happy. Thanks again, guys. Bye-bye.
Hey, I know if you're listening to this podcast that you have big dreams and big goals. And one of the things that can really stop you is struggling with your marketing. Trust me, I have been there. Are you using 10 different systems just to build your online business? Then I want you to try Kajabi. Kajabi helps you build your web pages, set up funnels, and sell your courses, content, coaching, or communities. You've been hearing me talk a lot about funnels on this podcast and the importance of your email list. You can get a free trial at kajabi.com. That's Kajabi.com. I've talked about Kajabi before, but here's something that's super cool and new. They just rolled out an AI assistant for creating your online course curriculum. And this means you just type in a topic that you want to create on a course or webinar and bam, it just generates a sample outline for you. It takes a ton of the hard work away. Of course, you're going to customize it to be your own, but this really helps you get over the struggle of how in the world to start, which is where most people stop. If you're like me, starting is always the hardest part, and that's what makes Kajabi so popular. They've made it easier for creators to build web pages, build courses, build coaching programs, build membership sites, build checkout pages, and build email funnels. So if you're struggling with any of those, you got to go check it out. Go to Kajabi.com. Kajabi was really the first all-in-one system and is trusted by over 100,000 creators. I think that's good enough for me. Also, as influencers and marketers who use this. And now their smart AI platform makes it easy to take what you know and turn it into an online course and business. Go start building with a free trial at kajabi.com. That's Kajabi.com.
Want to know a huge secret to my success? Okay, not only my success, but just about every single person that I have interviewed on this podcast who is successful has this in common. You guys, they love to journal. They capture their life lessons and what they're grateful for. But a lot of people don't keep this up consistently. And most people do know that the research shows that journaling deepens your gratitude and increases self-awareness. But did you also know that journaling decreases stress and helps you achieve your goals faster? In fact, journaling is a huge differentiator between average performers at work and high-performing people. It leads to longer-term clarity, confidence, and success. So why don't more people journal? Why didn't I journal consistently? Honestly, they don't like staring at a blank page. It's hard to carry a book around with you or a notepad, and they just don't even know what to write about, or they just forget. That's why I know that you're going to love Growth Day. It's the world's #1 system for self-improvement, and it's like all-in-one personal development in an app. And it has an awesome digital journal, and people love it. Growth Day's digital journal has hundreds of research-backed writing prompts for self-reflection, positive mindset, confidence building, and success. I use them all the time, and it makes me think in ways that I typically don't, and it makes me ask myself better questions, which we all know gets better results in our life. It even has prompts that help you develop a daily, weekly, or monthly habit of reflecting on your life and identifying areas to grow. So it's a perfect time of year to start journaling, you guys. When you sign up at Growth Day, you also get systems for habit tracking, goal setting, and scoring, and improving every area of your life. Best of all, I get to teach there too, you guys. I'm so excited. I hope that I get to see you. I teach live in Growth Day every single month with a new topic just for you. So join me there. Start your free trial at growthday.com/Lori. Hey, do you know what the big secret is this year? And it shouldn't be a secret because this should be your biggest focus. It is building your community. I am always working on building and nurturing my community, and everyone is talking about the power of community. Without an online community, you just cannot grow organically or create a real movement, which is what I know that we're all after. And you can build trust or monetize your audience. When you get community right, not only does your audience grow faster, but so do your sales. But where's everybody going to be managing their communities these days? And a lot of online entrepreneurs and thought leaders are turning to Circle.so. Circle is an all-in-one community platform. It lets you host content and create discussions, live streams, group chats, and memberships all under your own brand. And what's so cool about Circle.so is that you don't even need a website or Facebook group. Instead, Circle lets you build your own community site where you can host content and manage your members. You can even create locked and unlocked content spaces, groups, and classes. How freaking cool is that? You can put your content behind a paywall too, and you can charge different amounts of money for different spaces on your community site. Circle.so is famously easy to use, and it has a free 14-day trial for you, so you can go check it out, see if you like it, see if you love all the options. Just go to Circle.so. Go check it out right now, you guys. Imagine being able to manage your community, start group chats and live classes, and accept payments all in one place. Kind of mind-blowing since this is usually spread all over the place. You have to log into so many different things. If this is the year to capture, organize, and monetize your community, head over to Circle.so. You can get a free trial and start building your online community right now. Just go to Circle.so. You guys, you get the 14-day free trial. So just go and see if it's for you. It's going to streamline everything and make your life so much easier. It's so freaking cool.